Hey, coffee and tools, come on in the garage. Got to show you a project I'm working on. This week they told me if I wore a bright t-shirt, I would get more views. We'll see. So we're going to do a little more Tacklife table saw. There's an elephant in the room, and this is the elephant. We got to talk about this, but meantime, earlier in the last couple of days, I've been cutting quite a bit of lumber on here, and like I said before, I'm pretty happy with the saw overall. It's doing the trick. But I ran the compressor all night long, bypassed the switch, I want pressure. And so I've tied it in with a couple other tanks I've got back here, so I should have lots of air pressure. And I'm going to blow all the sawdust out, and then we'll get to this. So. Well, this week at Coffee and Tools, we're back to talking about the Tacklife saw again. I've used it quite a bit now. I still like the saw, but there is one issue that has been mentioned on the internet. I've had emails, people question me about it, and I think we need to address the, I guess we'll call it the, there's an elephant in the room here. And no, my ex-wife isn't from out of town, so no, that's not it, guys. Stop typing. The issue is this right here, the fence. There's a lot of things about the fence that a lot of people are kind of questioning. So we're going to take a look at a project for that fence today. Well, we'll start today. This is actually going to take 2 days because the glue has to set up. But we'll start today on the project and we'll go from there. And let's see how we get through this. Yeah, the good old fence. The first thing I want to cover is the whole situation here, because this fence actually goes past the blade, and ideally when that happens, you're really, once you've got your wood in here and you've started and you've got a couple of inches into this blade and you're up against the fence and you're up against here and you're trying to drive your lumber in straight and through, pretty much at that point it's kind of like a marriage. You're committed, so you may as well go straight on through. But this is what everybody's talking about. I'll just see if I can, let's close in and just take a good quick look at that, just see if you can we'll see it really well. But you see that little bit of, I'm pushing with a finger, and I'm pushing pretty hard, but that's deflection. Look at this, that fence is moving around. So ideally, the only way we can get around this would probably be to extend this out, put a T, back here and lock it. Well, this is aluminum, it's extruded, it's sort of an odd thing. So what I did was yesterday I started cutting some strips of wood, 2-inch, and also covered, I cut some 9/16. I ran this through the saw already. And again, this was going through this saw. And that's just some scrap lumber from a shelf unit that I had laying around. This is 3/4 inch thick, by the way, just in case anybody wants to know. And here's some small, the 9/16 strips that I cut as well, fence that can fall. And it's just, this is all just scrap lumber. So I'm doing this as cheap as I can. I had looked at getting some square tubing, aluminum, and building a whole aluminum piece out here with aluminum piece back here and everything. The price went through the roof. Just for reference to you guys, I'm squaring up the ends with that because, like I said, we will be going through the planer, but I want it all squared up when it's done. It's actually the next day. The couple steps here I sort of skipped on, but I ran this through the saw, on this side and on this side in order to square it up a little bit, because the nature of clamping and trying to square it up and get the glue settled, it seemed like it was a little off, and it was. So I ran it through the saw and just took off a little of the top and a little bit of the bottom in order to make sure that the whole thing is square. And of course now I have that slot in here which fits right here on the Tacklife piece. Still see what I'm doing? Okay. Alright, how's that? That's a little better. So we're not really cutting into anything. So we'll lock that. And then check it again. Yep. All the way through. Now all we got to do is the fun part. Yeah. Now, let's see. We're going to do this by eye, because those holes in that thing, they're huge, really. Yeah. They say close enough for government work. Let's see, just over just a little bit. Yep, there we go. Right on there. There's our target. There's the target. So now we're going to go through, and I'm just going through gently. I'm not going to. I'm using one finger on the saw here, or the saw. Using one finger on the drill press here to just go through. Yeah, easing it. Okay, we can take a little bit out. These metal drill bits are great for drilling lumber. Yeah. Drill bit looks a little wobbly for some reason. Alright, now we're going to do the same thing here. Wander around a little bit until I get it right where I want it, and then down she goes. There she blows. Yeah. Right on through. Alright, so we got the two holes made. Quarter. Man, these bits are nasty looking. Yeah, I like that a little better. And that'll still allow the washer and the head to go through. So now, and what I'm looking for is about halfway through. Okay, let's just check that. See if this will lock or not. It probably won't. No, it's not going to lock. Yeah. I was going to say it would be nice if it did. Let's get the screw head and make sure we have the right space. Screw head with washer is not even a third of the way in, so we don't need to. Let's see. Yeah, that's a little too crazy by the looks of it. Yeah, I think we could. That's about a third right there. Kind of like it. So let's do that. Now, granted, probably should have done this first and then the drill, but sometimes you just do things backwards, and you know, you have to live with it. This is going to be a little bit awkward now because it's no longer centered to the Forstner bit. There's no way to support it, so we're going to go for it. Let's see how that looks. It's pretty round. Bottom. Alright. This one here, same thing. Try to eyeball it now because I messed up. Yeah. Okay. Really need to spend a little money on some good Forstner bits one of these days. Meantime, this will be the trick. And remember, all this is being done from scrap that's laying around my shop. I'm not running to the store to buy anything. So, okay, that did the trick on that side. So we're back at the saw, and there's our mess. And hopefully, when we put that on there, yep, she's right where she's supposed to be. This is some extra screws left over from previous jobs. So these are 1/4 20. And I actually don't even know the length of these ones. Well, Okay, they're 2.25. Strange size. Okay, no, they're 2-inch. Yeah, those are 2-inch screws. So we're going to drive the 2-inch screws through and see how we do with this. And ideally, I'm going to put this together. Yeah. The nuts aren't on the other side yet, but what I want is to make sure that those heads are down below the fence, and they are. Yep, they're totally out of the way. There's nothing, there's nothing going to touch the heads. I'll be honest with you. Once we pull the heads in with the nuts, they should even back down a little bit more. And I'm just going to put the nuts on like this. I'm thinking about using the fastener and putting the nuts down below the surface so that I can use both sides of this fence, which would be pretty cool. But just for starters, that's what we're going to go with. So I put the nuts on the back side, put the screws through, tightened it all up to this, and it's actually interesting. This fence right now is actually a little bit stiffer than that crazy aluminum one that came with the saw. Yeah, let's just clamp this back. I'm going to line that up so it's straight with the speed square. Right about there. Good. And put the flat side of this thing against the saw. And theoretically, okay, we'll clamp this up. I suppose you could just run this with a clamp, but what I'm really looking for, as you know, let's take a look at this. This is, what I'm really looking for here is this business, and well, that's pretty good. And that, my friends, is still pretty square. I guess you could say that that's kind of a done deal. Throw a couple screws through here into this, and I guess you have a pretty cheap fence. But like I said, I was trying to do this on an extreme budget, and yeah, that's tight. That will work to be a reliable fence. You could unhook this or unclamp this, slide this around to where you need it, and then clamp it back up. That'd be a pretty good deal. Hey, thanks for watching Coffee and Tools. And next time around, we're going to discuss how to get this thing working on this saw. Because if you buy this size, which is said to be 24-inch, I believe, yeah, it won't fit the saw, but you can make it fit the saw. Next time.